Alright, what's up? Gonna record a quick video going over the veteran tutorial speedrun thing. Got a 228, that's probably where I'll leave it. Maybe if somebody beats me, I might compete. I think about 2 or 3 seconds could come off of this, but I would say like 225 is kind of the floor. So I'll go over talking about what all the optimizations are. So basically, as soon as you click the black screen here and you start to see this fade in, you want to start spamming escape. That cancels the cutscene, and then you select talents 1, 3, 3 for the Vala section here, and then you start listening to Uther. There's 2 rocks on the floor. You can see one like right here and the other one right here. I normally position my mouse right about in the middle of those for the start button. You can see me doing that now. So you just spam left click, hit the start button, and now here the way to optimize this basically is you just want to run as straight a path to the garden terror as possible, so it's like a slight down angle like this, basically straight towards Uther. You want to walk for like a split second and then Q so that you're in range of the garden terror, and then as soon as you Q, you press E and then press WQ after your E, and then IA click just to be sure, and you should end up with your circle about a tiny width behind the Uther, the Uther guy. So I think I actually walk slightly too far here, but you can see this is pretty much perfect positioning here. And then you just stand still, turret auto attacks. When your Q comes off cooldown, you want to Q and then E. I wait to do it until the E is back. Sometimes you get the Q back like a split second beforehand, but it doesn't really matter. Realistically, you're going to kill this off the QEQ and the next auto, so you're not ever going to get a second multi-shot in here. And so the auto that you get from the E is normally what kills it. You'll see this pop up as 288. I don't even think I actually got that off here, so sometimes Uther does like slightly more damage or whatever, gets one more auto attack and you kill it like one auto attack sooner, but realistically it's out of your control. Then here you spam escape again, and you immediately want to start spamming control 2 to lock in Rain of Vengeance, and then hover over and start spamming left click for the start button. I found this a little bit hard to do. If you had favorite talents and you could do control tilde for everything, that would probably be easier, but I didn't feel like doing that, so I was just doing the numbers and the escapes manually and stuff. Then you click this. Similar thing to the previous section, you want to right click, like immediately almost QE, and you're going pretty much straight towards the ETC. You want to be slightly down, so almost a perfect horizontal is also good. But you just want to make sure the Q hits the ETC mainly. And then after your E, you want to Q and then R again. And the R is going to hit the ETC and the Sonya. You want to aim it so that it kind of goes straight horizontally like that. Hits both of them. The sooner you hit R, the better, so going Q, E, R, and then Q is like slightly better. Doesn't really matter. Just gets the 3 other dudes attacking sooner, but realistically you're gated by your time to kill in the Zebo, not the time that these guys kill stuff, although it does help very minorly. Then after that you're going to Q again. I normally Q the ETC, but it doesn't really matter because they're going to focus Sonya and ETC, and after one's dead they'll swap to the other. I think in this kill they kill them both almost simultaneously. You want to hold the multi-shot though, and then the Tyrael bot here is also going to place down a smite on the ground. He does it like at a weird angle, so it's actually very hard, especially because they're body blocking you, to get into the smite. So you see I actually Q before the R there, and then here you can't really see it underneath, but there's a smite going down under there. You can see it on the floor now here. You want to try and get in this. It's sort of hard with the body blocks, but you also want to be able to get straight in range of the Nizebo super far. So I normally don't care. You can Rain of Vengeance and hit all 3 of these if you're close enough here. But that body blocks you really hard, and I want to get to the Nizebo as fast as possible. So I'm actually going to go down here and hopefully hit my like baby toe in the smite and get the attack speed buff from it. So as soon as I'm in range of the Nizebo, I'm going to multi-shot, and then I'm going to use the second Rain of Vengeance charge as well. It doesn't really matter when you do that, as long as you do it before the Sonya dies, because you want this damage to hit the Sonya. So that hits the Sonya, it hits the Nizebo, and then you're pretty much just going to stand here still, stand still auto-attacking and turret the Nizebo down. If you do this like perfectly, you can end this phase with only 10 stacks on Greed of the Hunter. I get 11 here. It's pretty common to get 12. It's just like some slight RNG kind of stuff, like on the AI of how optimal you do it. I've gotten the 10, I think, only once. I didn't do a ton of tries at this. I did probably like 10 to 15 max, I would say, in maybe about half hour, a little over that, 45 minutes. Here, this is really awkward. So the after this ends, you get the fade out. You don't want to spam escape anywhere in here until you start to see the fade in. You can escape in here and it'll actually pause the game and just straight up lose you time. So you can't spam escape all the way through. You have to wait until you like start to see this fade in and then you start spamming escape. There's a bit of a delay here before you can even cancel it out. So now, right now, immediately, and I can even go back like a couple frames, even right now, I can start selecting these talents. And the talents I want are 1, 3, 2 in that order for 1, 4, and 7. But there's a trigger in the map that will reset your talents blank to level 1. And it's not right now is when this triggers. It triggers right now, basically. So there's like a third of a second here where you can start selecting talents before, and you can go, if for example I'm doing 1, 3, 2, I could select 1, 3, and then I could select 2, and it would drop me back down to level 1, and it would select Shadow Hunter. I believe if you're doing favorite talents, this will never happen to you, but this happened to me a lot, and it was probably the cause of like half my runs having to get reset here was because I was doing Control 1, 3, 2, and I would select the third talent, or it's the opposite actually. I want 3, 3, 1, 2. That's the order I want. Sorry, wrong order. Anyway, but the point still stands. You select the wrong talents. So you have to wait like half a second. Once you see this like thing here, now you're good to start selecting your talents. Once you see this like recommended thing. So now I do that. Then you again put your mouse here. I use this like little line here, roughly, of where the start screen will be. You can see I'm not like perfectly positioned there. So I was like a couple frames late on selecting that, but using this line is good. I was a little bit slow because I knew this run was pretty good based on the previous segment, so I wasn't like, and I didn't want to select the talents wrong and stuff, so I like waited a little bit longer there and then I wasn't ready. So anyway, that's what happens. Okay, the AI on the Rainer bot going top lane is pretty good. The AI on the Uther bot going bottom lane is not that good. So sometimes if you right click and blink down here, he'll start going top lane. Sometimes he'll start walking down here fine. So I found going towards this wall and then blinking over to be pretty consistent, and then he would kind of walk down and into the lane good. Sometimes he would like take like 2 or 3 steps top lane. It's very annoying. It shouldn't really matter. See, now he's doing the same thing. Now he goes top lane, and I'm like super far away. I don't know why he does that. I don't know if there's a way to prevent it. Doesn't seem like there is. Normally this Greymane is on the top side of the wave here, on the upper side. This side, or this time he's on the bottom side, so I can't really easily hit him with a Seeker. Ideally, you want to get your damage spells on cooldown ASAP, so you want to be able to Q and W. Ideally, you want your Q to hit all 7 of these minions plus Greymane, so you hit 8 targets with it. It's not super required. See, I think this actually just hits a minion. Oh no, it just misses entirely. So yeah, this actually definitely bad slid there. So you can see I hit like 4 targets, 5, 6 targets, yeah, out of 8. So not ideal. You want to kind of try and hold the minion wave here, and ideally, Uther gets close enough where his W is going to hit all 8 minions here as well. So you can see now he does that. I'm not sure if that hit Greymane or not with the Uther wave. Let's see here. Looks like no. So that's also a minor damage loss. So 2 spells missed on Greymane that could have been on Greymane. So that's bad, because now we basically have to deal another, whatever, 200 damage to him that we shouldn't have to. I can blink away ASAP here. The only thing that matters are the 4 hero kills. So you want to kill Greymane, Nazeebo, Greymane, Nazeebo. That's all you need to do. You let the heroes worry about the minions. If the minions are not clumped properly and they're like spread out, so you have like, you start fighting and like the 2 melee minions like walk to the center of the lane over here, while Uther is meleeing these minions, he'll be out of range to get the minions soak from these. So ideally, hitting your Q on all 8 of the targets there means that they die closer together while the hero is there, so that he'll collect all the XP. You can see he finishes off the ranged minions and then goes back, which is actually good. Sometimes the RNG is like bad and he just like walks to the towers and stuff. It's bad, it's annoying. Sometimes Rainer will kill Nazeebo too well, and then Nazeebo will be like 1 HP and he'll just like go sit behind his gate. That's really bad. It just like messes you up. Can't do much anything about it. I probably could have queued sooner here, but And Nizibo does this a lot where he puts a zombie wall here and then starts walking down to try and get away from the Rainer instead of going back this way. Ideally, he would stay close to the wave and you could hit him with the wave as well, but getting the hero kill is way more important than the minions up here. So I'm going to auto-attack these. I was debating whether I should stay and queue these, but I ended up deciding no. I miss 1 minion of XP there. I'm not sure if the Rainer is going to collect that. He walks up, he might collect it. I might have missed 1 minion of XP here because I think I was behind slightly. So that's a little bit non-optimal. Having a regen globe die in the lane here is also slightly not optimal because if Greymane picks this up when he's coming back, he will get like 1 or 2 regen ticks while you're killing him. So that's also not ideal. So you can see he does that. Luckily he's full HP right now, but still kind of unfortunate. I tried to Seeker again here. I think it goes on a minion because again he was on the lower side of the lane. So that's also unfortunate that you're missing some XP from your W. You can take damage here, it's fine. And actually holding the wave is good because it keeps them clumped so that Uther will get all the XP. The only thing you care about here is killing Greymane. So get the auto attack off. I think I try and dodge a turret shot there. I'm not sure if I actually did it or not. But as soon as you kill the Greymane, you can start leaving because Uther and the minion wave will finish off those minions while you're up here killing Nizibo. So up here, you just want to kill Nizibo fast as possible. And then you might have to kill like 1 minion, but ideally, if you do like this, where this minion is about to die, or it's maybe that minion that I just picked up, or it's Uther killing a minion down here and getting the XP, that XP will tick you over to level 10. And you can see it's 2029, but I have like a dead second at the start, pretty much, before I enter load in. And it's like third of a second, something there. And then this is just at the very end of this timer. It ticks over to 229 like a couple frames. So you can see I hit level 10. I'm watching this blue bar up here, top of the screen. So here it ticks over to 229, so this is 1 frame, 2 frames, 3, and I'm level 10 right now, before the thing even shows up on screen. So I'm like, if there's 3 frames of a black screen, which I know there is at the start of this, then this is a 228. It's a very high 228, but it technically is. So that's the stuff I learned while doing the few attempts that I did. Was able to improve the world record. Pretty cool. Shoutouts to Asmochad for getting a 231 before me, and I thought I was happy with tying the old record at 233, but he got a 231, so I wanted to push harder. So he gave me the motivation, so shout out to him. But yeah, this is a pretty fun challenge. Shoutouts to Not Paradox for spurring it on.